Exclusive. Tonight we'll get you a ground report from Kiev as 1 year, we almost complete 1 year to the Russia-Ukraine war. What's really happening? And that surprise visit by US President Joe Biden, what does that essentially mean? Would that mean an escalation in the war? Not just that, also a ground report now coming in from Pakistan and what's really happening in the Guwahati double murder case. All this and much more on this episode of This Is Exclusive. But up first, let's take a look at the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour. Trouble mounts for former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, likely to be arrested soon. US President Joe Biden lands in Kyiv close to 1 year anniversary of the war, set to announce more sanctions on Russia. Uddhav in complete panic mode after losing. He says election commission should be dissolved. Congress promotes 1984 riot accused. Jagdish Titler inducts him in AICC. Congress repeat offender. Pawan Khera drags in Prime Minister Modi's late father Dadi war. Senior citizen attempts self-immolation in Chennai, blames DMK councillor for land grab. Started this edition of This Is Exclusive with that big story now coming in from Ukraine, where US President Joe Biden has made an unannounced trip to the Ukraine's capital of Kiev ahead of the first anniversary of the full-scale Russian invasion. Biden's visit was shrouded in secrecy. He was due to leave for an unannounced visit to Poland from Washington. The high-risk visit to a Ukrainian capital that has been under threat of missile attacks signals continued commitment from the United States, the largest financial and military backer of Ukraine's effort to repel Russians from its territory. US President Joe Biden has assured support to Ukraine and said that Ukraine will get a new military aid package worth $500 million. This is the US President's first visit to Ukraine since the Russian invasion. He also said that 1 year later, Kiev stands, Ukraine stands, and democracy stands. Thus, America and the world stands with you. Now, that's the position that has been taken by the US President. But the bigger question is that what kind of response will come in from the Russian side, which has always been warning the West not to egg Ukraine any further, or else there would be a massive repercussion on the ground. What's the current situation on the ground like? We'll go across to our reporters in Kiev to get you a ground reality of this situation. But before we do that, let's listen to what US President Joe Biden had to say, and that too right at the center of Kiev, sending a very strong message to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
American people know it matters. Unchecked aggression is a threat to all of us. We built a coalition of nations from the Atlantic to the Pacific, NATO in the Atlantic, Japan in the Pacific. I mean, across the world. The number of nations stood up over 50. Help Ukraine defend itself with unprecedented military, economic, and humanitarian support. We united the leading economies of the world to impose unprecedented costs that are squeezing Russia's economic lifelines. Together, we've committed nearly 700 tanks and thousands of armored vehicles, 1,000 artillery systems, more than 2 million rounds of artillery ammunition, more than 50 advanced launch rocket systems, anti-ship and air defense systems, all defend Ukraine, and that doesn't count the other $500 million we're announcing with you today and tomorrow. That's going to be coming your way. And that's just the United States in this piece. And just today, that announcement includes artillery ammunition for HIMARS and howitzers, more javelins, anti-armor systems, air surveillance radars to help protect Ukrainian people from aerial bombardments. Later this week, we will announce additional sanctions against elites and companies that are trying to evade sanctions and backfill Russia's war machine. And thanks to bipartisan support in Congress.
Well, in fact, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy has said that talks with the US President Joe Biden were very fruitful. He's also termed this visit as the most important visit of the whole history of US-Ukraine relations. He added that the impact of the visit will be reflected on the battlefield. Listen to what exactly did Ukraine President Zelenskyy had to say. Undoubtedly, this visit by the US President has certainly emboldened the Ukrainians.
Завершитись очищенням всієї української землі від окупації Росії та твердими гарантіями довготривалої безпеки як нашої держави, так і усієї Європи і всього світу. Саме зараз і саме в Україні вирішується доля міжнародного порядку, заснованого на правилах The Rules-Based World Order. І ми разом з паном президентом Байденом, з нашими союзниками, з нашими союзними партнерами маємо і надалі робити абсолютно все можливе, щоб демократичний світ виграв у цій історичній битві. Українці пам'ятають незмінну увагу пана президента Байдена до нашого народу, до кожної людини, до нашої держави. Ми постійно перебуваємо на зв'язку з паном президентом від перших хвилин повномасштабної війни. І цей перший за 15 років візит президента Сполучених Штатів Америки в Україну є найважливішим візитом за всю історію.
Ladies and gentlemen, as promised at the start of the edition, we'll be the only Indian channel getting you a live report from Kiev. In fact, my colleague Roman Mova, who's been with Republic TV for quite some time, has been reporting for us, getting us a sense of what's really happening on the ground. Roman, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Let me begin by asking you, what's the current situation like? Undoubtedly, with the visit of the US president, it has given that big boost to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The president has been asking for more military aid. What's the ground situation like?
As for ground situation with the war effort, the front is pretty much in stalemate since the winter offensive that took back Kherson. And since then, there's been very little movement on the ground. It's essentially a trench war with very, very small gains of land for a large cost of life. So the front is not really moving. Ukrainians have less casualties than Russian because we are on the defensive there. By our reports, it's like 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 casualties, depending on the direction of the front. As for situation in the not frontline part of the country, the further from the front, the safer. In Kyiv, where I am, it's rather safe and the economy is functioning, businesses are working, people are walking on the streets, pretty much living their normal lives, except for the moment when there is a threat of bombardment and the air alarm. At that point, we follow the regular security measures and go to the safe locations like bunkers and bomb shelters.
Well, in fact, just 30 seconds, I would like to take one more question with you, Roman, with regards to the sudden visit of the US president. Can we get a little bit more details as to when did he actually arrive in Kiev? And was there any idea that anyone had in Kiev about this sudden move? We've seen in the past also UK Prime Minister has also visited, but with the visit of the US president, what's the situation like? Are there apprehensions that Russia could actually escalate this entire war?
The visit was not announced. The news about it, I've seen unconfirmed news about 4 hours ago, and then it was confirmed about 3 hours ago, I think. And from what I've heard, he came on the plane, which is unique because most other foreign ambassadors and leaders came by the train because there is no fly zone, not no fly zone, but there is very little flying over Ukraine because it's unsafe as a war zone. So they normally came through Poland on the train. It was not announced. Like a minute after it was official that Biden is in Ukraine, there was a countrywide air alarm. So the threat of bombardment of entire country. Everywhere the sirens went on. I have not heard if there were actual hits or they all were intersected. I don't know about the escalation. There is not much to escalate except for maybe nuclear war. Like it's as much of a war.
Thank you very much, Robert, for getting us the latest details. Well, in fact, these are the latest visuals now coming in from Pakistan, where Imran Khan has reached the Lahore High Court. What lies ahead? And arrest imminent, because remember, Imran Khan over the last few days has essentially been hitting out at the Pakistani army, saying that while he was in power, his phones were also being tapped. There seems to be a large gathering of Imran Khan's supporters outside the High Court. We'll try and go across to our reporters on the ground, getting you the latest details. Only Indian channel reporting live from Lahore as well as in Islamabad, getting you the latest details. Let's stay with these images that are now coming in. There seems to be a massive ruckus outside the High Court in Lahore, where there's been full-fledged sloganeering that's taking place in support of Imran Khan. In fact, Imran Khan has also hit out at the Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, saying that there was an attempt that was primarily made to try and prevent him from carrying out his political activities. But it seems right now that the major focus of Imran Khan has been on the Pakistani army. He's hit out at the Pakistani army time and again, as well as the ISI, where Imran Khan has essentially indicated that all of this is being done to try and stop him from carrying out his political activities. Just a quick recap of what we know so far, of what has happened in the last 1 week in Pakistan, because let's begin with the allegations that was made by Imran Khan with regards to the fact that he's now criticized the ISI. He says the IB has been secretly recording conversations of politicians, senior government officials, only to blackmail them later on. In fact, this is for the first time that we have seen any Pakistani politician daring the Pakistani ISI, intelligence agencies, for recording for telephone tapping. What is it with regards to the latest?
5 मिनट का और वक्त दे रहे हैं कि इमरान खान पेश हो जाएं, लेकिन अभी तक इमरान खान जो है नहीं हुए। ये हिफाजत
जी शायद
जमानत जो थी
जी शायद बता रहे थे आप कुछ। राब्ता मुनक़ता हो गया और अब ये मिनटों में मोहलत पहुंच गई है। पहले दिनों में थी, फिर उसके बाद घंटों में ये मोहलत पहुंची और अब मिनटों में ये मोहलत पहुंच गई है कि 5 मिनट मजीद दे दिए गए हैं। पहले 10 मिनट का वक्त दिया गया था और मजीद अब 5 मिनट का वक्त दे दिया गया है इमरान खान के वकला को, और उन्हें ये कहा गया है कि अदालत पहुँचे इमरान खान। फर्रुख हबीब इस वक्त वर्कर्स से कुछ बात कर रहे हैं, कहीं ऊपर गाड़ी पर मौजूद हैं। फर्रुख हबीब हाई कोर्ट के बाहर मौजूद है। काफिला पहुंच गया है पीटीआई चेयरमैन इमरान खान का, और फर्रुख हबीब पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ के रहनुमा वहां पर पहुंचे हैं। दीगर रहनुमा भी पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ के मौजूद हैं, और पीटीआई का एक इजलास भी हुआ था, उसमें यह डिसाइड किया गया था, ये फैसला कर लिया गया था कि इमरान खान पेश होंगे, क्योंकि इस केस से मुताल्लिक़ फवाद चौधरी ने कहा था कि कोई केस बनता नहीं है, लेकिन हम अदालत के एहतराम में अदालत पहुंच रहे हैं। अहमद फराज ने हमें ज्वाइन किया। अहमद फराज, जैसे आपने पहले भी बताया कि एक रैली की सूरत ही इख्तियार कर गया है काफिला, तो अब आप बताएं कहां पहुंचे हैं इमरान खान?
जो इमरान खान जो है वो इस वक्त जीपीयू चौक के बाहर उनकी गाड़ी मौजूद है, लेकिन उनकी गाड़ी के आगे एक कारकुनों की कार मौजूद है, जिसमें सबसे आगे
Well, in fact, that's the latest now coming in from Pakistan. We'll try and go across to Republic reporter Kasper, who's going to join us in a short while from now. in Islamabad, getting us the latest details. We'll be tracking all the political developments in Pakistan. What is happening right now is a plea that has been filed by Imran Khan. And that plea is to basically probe into the allegations that have been leveled by Imran Khan. He says that his phone lines have essentially been tapped. He also goes on to allege that at the behest of the government, he as well as his wife, his phones have essentially been tapped. Now, is this a response essentially coming into the fact that it does appear that there could be an imminent arrest as far as the other case is concerned? For more on this, we'll be joined by a colleague in Pakistan, Kaswar, who's going to get us the latest details. In fact, Imran Khan has just been wheeled inside the courtroom a short while back. It remains to be seen whether at all the Supreme Court in Lahore, I beg your pardon, the Lahore High Court is going to actually listen into the case. Kaswar is joining us on this broadcast. We'll also bring him live right now, get him on the screen and get you the latest details. Only Indian channel getting you live updates as to what's really happening in Pakistan, which seems to be more and more fragile at this point in time. Kaswar, just walk us through the details as to what is really happening right now in Lahore. What is this case all about? Will the High Court really hear the case? And was Imran Khan really fear? What did he actually predict that this is going to happen, where the arrest in his case is imminent now with that particular committee that has been formed?
Well, sir, you've rightly pointed out. Imran Khan has accompanied with thousands of his supporters, and he has just reached outside the Lahore High Court, but still he will take another 25 to 30 minutes to read before the honorable judges who are there waiting for them. It is a typical case. Now, the judges, we have seen across the world that the people await the judges. But what's happening in Pakistan, a bench of honorable judges is actually waiting for the accused to come before them. So, and he is only Imran Khan. So this is what I can tell you at the moment. He has actually reached exactly outside the premises of Lahore High Court. Thousands of people, thousands of the workers are actually joining him, and now his attendance before the court has actually transformed into a rally which has been attended by thousands of his party workers and fans as well. According to my sources, what the government is thinking is that he is actually trying to blackmail the government as well as the honorable court. So we are not in a position to comment on that, but actually it seems that he is going to blackmail the court. He's putting pressure on the government and as well as on the Lahore High Court. So can you imagine, thousands of people is accompanying him, and as a matter of fact, it is just 10-minute drive from his residence to the premises of Lahore High Court, but he has taken 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Still, he is outside the court. Police and law enforcement agencies are there. And now, let me tell you very clearly that the country is facing the threat of terrorism as well. So on one hand, the government is actually trying to give him security, and on the second hand, the honorable judges, the bench is awaiting him. He will take another 25 to 30 minutes to read before the judges. And according to my sources, the news has just coming in. He has reached the Lahore High Court, but what happens inside the court, we cannot predict. According to my sources, the honorable judges can grant him protected bail so that he can appear to face another case in Islamabad. He is likely to get protected bail, but in Pakistan, you can't say anything. It's because we are not in a position to predict. Imran Khan has built pressure on the court, but now this is up to the court. Either it is going to grant Imran Khan a protected bail or not. The ball is in the court of honorable judges right now. This is what I can tell you from Islamabad right now.
Kaswar, with regards to the case that has been registered, if you can just encapsulate it for our viewers. One is the plea that has been filed by Imran Khan with regards to the allegations he has leveled. Some of those very damning allegations that have been leveled against the Pakistani army, the ISI, as well as the Pakistani government, saying that his phone was being tapped. And as we understand, that case is also going to come up. What is happening right now in Lahore High Court? So put this into perspective. Number of cases, but when is the possibility that we are looking at right now as far as Imran Khan's arrest is concerned?
Well, you rightly pointed it. Imran Khan has leveled grave type of allegations against the former army chief, former DG ISI, the army as an institution. He has leveled grave, allegations. And if we have seen yesterday, his press conference was actually a combination of these accusations on Pakistan's most powerful institution. But when we discuss today's attendance before the court, I think he is highly likely to get the protected bail. And I am getting from my sources that he may evade arrest today, because even if state decide to arrest him, nobody can stop the state. But things is, what I am getting from sources is Imran Khan is highly likely to get protected bail. In a case, he will be granted the protected bail only to appear before federal investigation agencies and other, the cases that has been lodged against Imran Khan and his party members as well. He is very likely to get protected bail today. This is what I am getting from my sources. But another important thing is Imran Khan has been, trying to build the pressure on the government institution and on the court, and he has beautifully, successfully built the pressure by taking thousands of his party workers along with him. It's a pressure on the institution, including the court, armed forces, and Pakistan government as well. But I think he is going to evade the arrest, and he is highly likely to get protected bail only to appear before the other, courts and other institutions, only to join investigation in the cases which have been registered against him.
Well, Kaswar, if I can just also get more details with regards to this case, as we're getting his live images coming in from Lahore, thousands of supporters of Imran Khan gathering outside the Lahore High Court. You are saying that as per your sources that you're picking up, there is a high possibility that he may be granted protected bail, but not really second guessing what the court is going to do. But if you really look at it in terms of the merits of the case, it does appear right now, Kaswar, that there is a high possibility that Imran Khan could get arrested after the appearance of that he makes in Lahore High Court. If you can just put in perspective both sides, what is the case all about? What is the merit in this particular case, and what is it that Imran Khan is really harping on in terms of preventing his arrest?
Well, yeah, you have already pointed. Imran Khan is highly likely to get the protected bail in this case in which he is going to appear. But another important aspect is that the Federal Investigation Agency of Pakistan, which has headquarters in Islamabad, they have issued Imran Khan's arrest warrant. And according to my sources, a team of Federal Investigation Agency is present outside the court as well. In case if court rejects his bail, he will be arrested. But as I told you earlier, it is very likely for Imran Khan to secure the protected bail. That means the court can stop the other institutions, other law enforcement agencies, not to arrest him. And the court may be in a position, the honorable judges can stop other institutions, the law enforcement agencies to stop from arresting Imran Khan. So as I told you earlier, now the ball is in the court of honorable judges. Now all eyes are set on the court, and this is purely up to them either to allow the other institution to arrest Imran Khan or not. But on the other hand, according to my
Right.
sources, government has already prepared to arrest him
Right.
in case if he is not granted the protected bail.
Well, thank you very much, Kasper, for getting us that live report from Islamabad. Multiple reporters getting us all the latest update of what's happening in Pakistan. Live coverage from Lahore. We get you the latest details. Is Imran Khan's arrest imminent?
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Chief Minister, sir! Chief Minister, sir! Chief Minister, sir! They are, sir, or a DMK counselor, Nalo, or a soldier is dead. Chief Minister, sir! Sir, Chief Minister, sir! Or army man, Kolapatrikar, वो counselor, Badal Venu, Chief Minister, sir!
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
Action has been taken. Action has been taken. Yeah. But is a DMK counselor? Why is the DMK not responding? But why is he not suspended or terminated from the party?
He has been arrested. He's in the jail now. What do you want me to do?
He's the party member, right?
Yeah, so he's been arrested. What you want to hang him?
Any claim or any statement from the Chief Minister or from you or any important leaders from it would have been. See, the family is demanding a job. But still he's a Jawan, right? But he still belongs to the nation.
He's been arrested.
ETO साहब अमृतपाल सिंह रनिंग अ कैंपेन डिमांडिंग द खालिस्तान, तो गवर्नमेंट क्यों साइलेंट है? ETO साहब गवर्नमेंट कोई जवाब नहीं दे रही है उस पे. ETO साहब इफ यू कैन आंसर जस्ट बिकॉज टू क्लियर द स्टैंड ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. ETO साहब व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट टेकिंग एक्शन, व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट इज साइलेंट?
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, sir! Chief Minister, sir! Chief Minister, sir! They are, sir, or a DMK counselor, Nalo, or a soldier is dead. Chief Minister, sir! Sir, Chief Minister, sir! Or army man, Kolapatrikar, वो counselor, Badal Venu, Chief Minister, sir!
Trouble mounts for former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, likely to be arrested soon. Biden lands in Kyiv close to 1 year anniversary of the war, set to announce more sanctions on Russia. Uddhav in complete panic mode after losing. He says election commission should be dissolved. Congress promotes 1984 riot accused. Jagdish Titler inducts him in AICC. Congress repeat offender Pawan Khera drags in PM Modi's late father in Adani war. Senior citizen attempts self-immolation in Chennai, blames DMK councillor for land grab. And we are cutting across to these latest pictures that are coming from Lahore. This is right outside the Lahore High Court, where Imran Khan, former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, has just reached the Lahore High Court. This is after his 5 p.m. deadline to appear in the court has lapsed. He has filed for a bail petition after an arrest warrant was issued against him in connection of a case related to protests outside the Election Commission. This is the Lahore High Court. Imran Khan supporters are gathered outside the Lahore High Court in a show of the strength. Pakistan, which is cash-strapped, which has been begging for money from the IMF, which is Pakistan, which is deep in debt, is now going behind Imran Khan. Jabbar is joining us live from Lahore. Jabbar, if you can give us what is the situation on the ground right now? What is expected in court today, if you can tell our viewers.
देखिए अभी जो है वो इमरान खान अभी लाहौर हाई कोर्ट पहुंचे हैं, लेकिन क्योंकि उनके साथ जो लोग हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं और रश काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, तो अभी तक वो अपनी गाड़ी में ही मौजूद हैं। अभी तक वो कोर्ट रूम में नहीं पहुंच पाए हैं। और ये भी आपको मालूम है कि कोर्ट ने उनको 5 बजे का वक्त दिया था, फिर उसके बाद कुछ आधा घंटा कोर्ट ने ग्रेस दिखाई और उनको एक्सटेंड किया है। तो मेरा ख्याल है कि कोर्ट उनका वेट करेगी और अगर अगले 10-15 मिनट में वो कोर्ट के अपना कोर्ट रूम में एंटर हो जाते हैं तो कोर्ट उनकी जितना वो बेल प्ली को डिटेन करेगी, सुनेगी और उनको बेल ग्रांट कर देगी। लेकिन अगर इससे ज़्यादा कोई और ताख़ीर होती है, आधा घंटा या 1 घंटा और वो इमरान खान कोर्ट के कोर्ट रूम में नहीं पहुंच पाते हैं, तो फिर हाई चांसेस हैं कि जो बेंच है वो रिफ्यूज़ कर दे आज के दिन उनकी हियरिंग करने से। ये भी पॉसिबल है कि वो उनकी बेल पिटीशन जो है वो खारिज कर दे, वो खारिज भी कर सकता है और ये भी कर सकता है कि वो कल का जो है वो उनकी कल की डेट दे सकता है। तो दोनों सूरतें पॉसिबल हैं, दोनों ही ऑप्शंस अभी तक खुले हैं। इमरान खान ये वहाँ पे कोर्ट में जाके ये प्ली ले सकते हैं कि चूंकि मेरे पास वर्कर्स थे, कारकुन थे, वो बहुत ज्यादा हो गए थे, मेरा रास्ता बंद था, मैं मजबूर था, मैं पहुंचने में मुझे इसलिए ताखीर हुई, जो कि यकीनन वो जो है वो व्यू लेंगे। और एक और भी है कि के साथ जो जैमर्स हैं वो जैमर चल रहे हैं, तो वहां पर जो कम्युनिकेशन का है वो भी कट डाउन है, वो भी शट डाउन है। तो जो अपना कोर्ट के जो ऑर्डर्स हैं कि जल्दी पेश हों, आधे घंटे में पेश हों, वो भी इमरान खान तक जो है वो नहीं पहुंच सकते थे। तो ये भी जो इमरान खान है वो अपने लेट होने की जो वजह है, जो प्ली है, जो रीजन है, वो कोर्ट में
जी। जब्बार, अगर आप हमारे दर्शकों को बता पाएंगे कि व्हाट इज दिस केस रिलेटेड टू इन विच इमरान खान इज फेसिंग अरेस्ट, उनको किस केस में अरेस्ट करने वाले हैं अभी?
देखिए, अपना इमरान खान के खिलाफ वैसे तो मल्टीपल FIR हैं अपना, और ये 2 केसेस जो थे, एक तो फॉरेन फंडिंग में जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने उनके खिलाफ एक फैसला दे रखा है, उसका जो ट्रायल है वो ट्रायल कोर्ट में उनके अगेंस्ट चल रहा है, एक ये केस था। और एक केस